So we will start with our first step where we have the data. Okay, so this is a data set salary data.csv, and here what is this data set? If we guess, we'll try to see if we have that. It is a simple data which shows how a person's salary will vary with his experience. Okay, so it is a one x versus y, a simple one-on-one data. Okay, and before you apply any um, model or any algorithm over this, and you try to apply machine learning there, you should know what is this data set and how is it related to each other, whether how it is related. So you can simply do a plot here. Okay, so you can see this, um, it is varying linearly. Okay, simple plot, if you do it in Excel, you will understand that the data is varying linearly. Okay, if it was not varying linearly, then we cannot apply our first algorithm, simple linear regression. Simple linear regression can be applied in two conditions. One, your data set is linearly varying with the linearly varying, and there is only one on one. Okay, so there is one x and one y, that's it. Okay, it can be applied only in such a condition. Okay, now we can delete this. Now we know that our data set is having only one variable x and one variable y, so we can apply our data onto that algorithm. Okay, and sometimes there will be some missing data also. Okay, if there is this data missing here, okay, you cannot apply it directly. So first you should ensure that this is taken care of, and then you should ensure that those things are filled up. So it is not filled manually, there is again some techniques which will fill up this. Maybe we will take average of this and we'll do this, or average of all numbers and we'll do this. So we should decide how to do it, but it should be done automatically. Okay, so we will see how to do that as well. Now let us apply this onto our data. Okay, so here this first step is we have to extract this information, whatever information we saw, that should go, and that should be passed. So here dataset dot ilog, this is saying that we are going to take all the values, all the columns except the last column. Okay, except the last column I am taking all the columns, or else you can simply take, I am going to take the first column, because you know that there is only one x and one y. So I am going to take first column x, but here it's a more generic case where we are taking all the columns except the last column. So that's why this is the syntax for that. And second one is I'm going to take only the last column. Okay, so it is -1 last column. Now what you have in x, you have experience, and y you have the salary. Okay, x is having experience, y is having salary. Now I'm going to use this model called sklearn, and in this I'm going to use the model train test split. Okay, which we have already once seen. What it will do is it will divide this data set, whatever we had. Imagine this is our data set now. Out of 51 data, it will be splitting it one third into test size. So around 20, around 15 or 16 will go into for testing. Okay, and remaining will be training. So it will split the data into two parts, training and splitting. So if you tell test size is one third, the remaining part will be 1/7 will be for the uh, training. Okay, so bigger quality will be quantity will be for uh, not 1/7. The remaining part will be two-third will be for training. Okay, so that will be done. Now X train, X test, Y train, Y test. So what will be that? So this will be train, this will be X train, and this will be Y train. Okay. Similarly, this will be X test, this will be Y test. Okay. Out of which uh, 30% for 70%, like that it will be run. This is Y, this will be X. Okay. Now let us see once what is that. I will comment other things and I'll show you. See, the first part is your this is, yeah, till here is your training. Okay, this part is your training data, all this people with different experience. So it will be your training data, this will be your test data. Next, this is your the corresponding training data's value y. Okay, this is y and this is y test, y test, y train, x test, x train. Okay, so these are the data. Now we have our data perfectly present. Now it's our task to pass it to a model. Okay, and for linear regression there is a simple model called as linear regression. Okay, this is the model which comes, and that is called as linear regression model. And here what we do, we create an object. Okay, for linear regression, and that object is regressor. Then there is a command regressor.fit. Then we are passing x train and y train. So we are training this particular model with our data, and it will get this will understand that after passing through this model, uh, our the algorithm will get trained, and then once it is done, then we will use the same object name and we'll start to predict with x test. Okay, we'll present x test and then we will see how it will predict. Okay, so let us see that as well. Okay, so what is this is your test data, actual test data. Okay, and this is the predicted values. Okay, for it is telling that for 1.5 years of experience, the salary it has predicted is 40,835. Okay, for 10.3 years it is expecting a 1,23,000 salary. Okay, now this is what the model has predicted. Now what you can do, you can see how well the model has predicted the data versus how well you have trained the data. Okay, we should visualize that, or else we will not be able to understand how close the data set is. Okay, we can see two things. Okay, one is we can see prediction of our trained data also. Okay, so but seeing the prediction of trained data will not have much sense, because trained data is something which I've already trained. Okay, so how but you can see that how well it has seen our train data also, that we can see. First we'll see the plot of train data, then we'll see the plot of test data. So what is this plt.scatter? So we are doing a scatter plot of x train and y train. Okay, then we'll do another plot where we are using x train, and we are going to get the y train by prediction. Okay, this is for prediction we will get. Okay, then we will do that same plot, and then we will see this. Okay, so this is the predicted value of x train. So indirectly it should be as close to y train. So this should be this. If it is perfectly trained, 100% match, then y train should be equal to this highlighted thing. Okay, let's see how well it is matched. So it is telling that this blue one is telling that this is the red data is actual data. Okay, this is like these are the numbers for that. Okay, that red dots. Our model got trained in such a way that it is almost close to this red dots, and you can see some places it is almost touching that. Okay, this is the plot where we are seeing our x train and y train. Next thing is we'll see x test and y test. Okay, now this will be the actual wait one second here. Why here? X test, y test. Mm, it should be test here. No, 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 sorry. Predicting, no, it should be X test one. Sorry. Okay, so now this is telling the red dots are, see, test data we have split it into X test and Y test. So that is this red dot, and our algorithm which has trained it, and it has predicted it in this form. So you can see that out of say 10 data, it is like only two places it is little far off, or else every data it is almost lying on this blue line. So it has predicted the data quite well, but this is visually seeing. Okay, there are some formulas from which we can say what is the efficiency, like 80% efficiency, 75%. We will see that also in the coming algorithm. Okay, you can apply it here also later. Okay, I will share this code. You have to quickly see if you can run this. So before running, you should, I think you have already installed NumPy, Matplotlib, and Pandas. So now you should install sklearn also. Okay. If you install sklearn, I think salary data I have already shared, I guess. Okay, I have shared this. So you have to just install sklearn and try to run this once. And if you have any doubt, you can ask. Or else next I'll wait for 5 minutes. I will share this in this mail. Uh, Okay, take this data, uh, quickly do that, and then we'll go to the next one. Okay. Okay, so there is small thing. Okay, we can also do, instead of doing X test, we can also put some values here and we can predict. Okay, how we can do that? Let me show you that. Hmm. So instead of this X test, we can put say for 2.5 years experienced. Okay, we can predict what is the salary. Okay, for a new person. Okay, a new person joined the company, I want to predict his salary. Okay, I can do that also. It is giving me answer like 50,000. Okay, 50,000 is the salary for 2.5 years experienced. Okay, you can give manually and you can also do the prediction. Okay, next step is multiple linear regression. So what is the difference? Okay, here you have, in case of simple linear regression, it will be x versus y, right? Now sorry, y versus x, anyways. uh, Now it was only 1 versus 1. Now it will be multiple versus 1. Okay. So y will be 1, output will be 1, but there will be different input variable. There will be x1, x2, x3 and x4. Like that it will be multiple. Okay. Based on that we will get the y. Okay. So we have to uh, see how that can be achieved. Okay. So now there is a new data called uh, 50 startups. Okay, this is the data of 50 startups. So here there are this company started say 3-4 years ago. These are startup companies, and how they have performed, and how the how what see, if they had 1 crore rupees, how they have divided that into R&D, research and development. Okay, in administration, managing people, giving them salary, marketing, how many advertisements they have published, and state, which state they were operating. So for example, in India, if business starts in Mumbai, they will get maximum exposure because they have everything there. Bangalore, okay, maybe in Bangalore the popularity might be slightly less. Okay, like that. Now this is the data and this is the profit. So all these parameters A to D has an impact on E. Okay. Now how do we know which one is having more impact, and how do we get the final output? Okay. If we just take A versus E, we can do simple linear regression. If we just do B versus E, again simple linear regression. If we want all these four parameters affecting E, that is called as multiple linear regression. Visualizing all four parameters together will not be possible. Okay, but we can take one at a time and we can see how it is done. Okay, so let us, before that, there is one problem here. Okay, strings, for us, we know what is New York. Okay, we know what is California, but for Python it doesn't know that. Okay, so we have to convert this into some integers. Okay, Python cannot understand strings, so we should convert this into integers, and then it will understand. Okay, so for that, again, the Python has the solution for that. Let us see that. The solution here is called as one hot encoder. Okay, so what it will do, first we'll comment other things. Now we are using something called as column, again sklearn. Okay, sklearn is done. Okay, there is something called as column transformer, and there is something called as one not encoder. Okay, so using these two, we are converting that variable state into numbers. Okay, how and how it will look. So in simple terms, what it will do is it will first check how many names are there. Okay, so let me show you how it will work. It will see that there are three names. Okay, in this state, there might be multiple times New York is present, multiple times Florida is present, multiple times California, but it will see that there are total three variables. Okay, so what it will do, it will, instead of this, it will create three of these. Okay, and it will make this as California, this as New York, this as Florida. Okay, then wherever New York is there, here it will make it as 1, and this it will make it 0. Florida it will make it as 0, and California it is 1, 0, 0. It will make it in this form, and it will do the same thing for all the cases, and it will delete this particular column. So one column will be converted into three columns. If there are 10 variables, 10 different states, then it will create 10 different columns. Okay, this is how it will function. Let us see that whether it is really doing that or not. So here I am passing my x, uh, and I'm also telling it is column 3 here. Okay, encode column 3. So whether it is column 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So this here we have to mention this. These are common for all the cases. This is specifically we should mention that you encode column number 3. Okay. Hmm. Why question is wait. Oh. So it has this is your x. Okay, so it was our data set New York. Okay, so New York it has created here 0.0, 0.0. This is New York. So this will be now the fourth item is also New York. So if you come here, fourth item is also New York. Like that it has done. Says California. So it has created three variables for us, and the remaining things it is the same thing. Okay, whatever we had. Okay, this is that remaining thing. So it has added it in the first column. Okay, that's it. There is no other difference. So now instead of four variables of x1, x2, x3, x4, now we have six variables. Okay, so that is how we have got the data. Now it is a very simple and straightforward. Here, next step, here we cannot visualize things. Okay, because the variables are more. Next step is splitting. Okay, what we had, we are splitting the data set. Test size is zero point 0.2. Okay, zero point 0.2 is our test size. That means training is zero point 0.8. You can do 1 divided by 5 and all those things you can do, but you can give it in decimals also. Okay, then once we split the data into train and test, let us quickly see how it will look, because earlier you have not seen this. Okay, let us see this. Okay, so now here first it will be your test, train, then it will be your I think test and followed by train, then this is train, this will be a test. Okay, by test. So test size will be always be smaller than train size. Okay, generally training will be done with say 75% of your data, then remaining part will be your testing. Okay, now our algorithm is ready to get trained. Okay, so we have to use the same model. Okay, linear regression will work. A model is same here. Linear regression again we'll use and we'll pass this, and now we will predict the out. So our algorithm will be trained with this X train and Y train. Okay, we don't have to mention that there are 4 columns, 8 columns. It will understand that this is your input. It might have multiple columns. This is your output. It should be single column. Okay, this you cannot make a mistake that there are 2 outputs. It will not understand that. But multiple output inputs, it will understand automatically and train it. Okay. At the end, we can also predict the output. Okay. This is your prediction, and wait. First, we will see the prediction simply here. Okay. So I think okay. So we'll uncomment this both and we'll see how it will show. First we'll run the output. Okay, so here what is the thing output we are seeing? Okay, so we have trained it, done. Our model has got trained. Okay, next one, now we have predicted X test, the test data what we have. From there I'm getting Y pred. Okay, next Y pred should be very close to Y test. Okay, so ypred and ytest, I am comparing one versus one and I am printing it here. Okay, so how to do that? You can see here, this is your predicted value, this is your test value. You can see it is like almost matching here. Okay, here you can see it is slightly off, even here it is slightly off. This is almost matching, this is slightly off, this is matching, it is all slightly off, matching, exactly matching in this case, almost matching. This is also exactly matching. So visually we can say that our data has matched the predicted data. Okay, so this is called as multiple linear regression. Okay, now I will share this code, data set. I think this one also I will share if you want. Okay, you can run this, take your time. So what we have seen today is these 2 algorithms. Okay, these are all coming under regression. Okay, what is simple linear regression? You have y which is dependent on x. Okay, and based on that it will create a line. This is the equation of a line. Okay, and that can have some offset also. Okay, so it can need not start from origin, it can go from other points also. It will do this also. Okay, similar to simple linear regression, there was what was that is multiple linear regression, where this b0 b1 is from where we get, it will get trained by our algorithm. Okay, for example, your regression treated, there were in our case there were 6 columns, right? It created at the end, it created 6 columns. For each of this column there will be one b1, b2, b3, b4, b5, b6. So if column 4 had the maximum, then the b value for that will be maximum. Okay, that's how the column will get trained. Okay, now this is multiple linear regression. If there was a polynomial linear regression, how it will be? It will be the same. It can have multiple x. Okay, but it will do a square of it. Okay, so you can see here x1 square and x1 n. So there can be multiple orders also. Okay, here x1, therefore you can also x1 plus x2 b3 x2 plus b3 x2 square, it will also do that. Okay, so this is how it will work. It is polynomial linear. Why we require this polynomial linear regression? If, let me show it in this one. Now in this case it is varying linearly. What if the data was varying exponentially? Okay, so linearly will be like this. Okay, this is linear, this is exponential. Okay, when you have exponential data, you have to go for polynomial linear regression. Okay, this will be your, see, for example, this is a simple linear regression. But if you had applied polynomial linear regression, it would have for the same data, it would have plotted the points in this way. Okay, and it would have predicted this data in a nice, beautiful way. So you could have applied linear regression, also polynomial regression, whichever will suit your data best, you should do that. Okay, here you can see it is covering everything. So here it seems like polynomial linear regression is more handy. Okay, and this is your simple linear regression. Simple linear regression is the best and simple algorithm to apply on any data and to get a feel how the data is. Okay, that is one of the simplest algorithm. Okay, tomorrow we will see how to apply this polynomial regression and how to get the data. Okay, I think today we'll stop here and tomorrow we will see this.